Both sides. Let's keep it that way. Anyway, Trike's sitting over here in the grass. I went by the junkyard the other day. Oh, I think Mr. Roberts is home. Maybe he'd like to come and get his lawnmower. I gotta put the fuel filter back on the thing. I took it off because it was crap. It's got a vacuum pump on the front of the carburetor right there. It's just all dried out. It's got gas in it, but it won't start. The back tires are all, look at this stuff. Back tires are like garbage. Chewing on candy and trying to make a video. So I went to the junkyard, I got this. The guy smacked the valve off for me. I'm gonna clean the handle off it and see if it fits in that little cubby hole on the Trike. I hope it fits, because I believe it's 7 gallons. I'm not gonna get much more in here. If that fits, it'll be a miracle. It's got a little bit of corrosion in there. If that don't fit, I have, I believe it's a smaller one. It was an air tank I picked up for $7 at a yard sale. But I gotta find something, because this thing ain't gonna run on no gas. Look at these things are fading already. But whatever. I got electrical and air hoses and stuff just thrown up here so I could sit the body on. I gotta make some marks. I need a piece of metal to go across. I gotta weld in some nuts. I gotta make rear brackets. I gotta figure out where they go. This friggin' body is just a pain in the ass because it's got all these stress cracks. Because whoever built it, well, I don't have the original frame. I think it just sat on some kind of support. But there's no support on this frame because I built it. Now this doesn't stay here. There's a bolt right here that pulls this whole thing down a good 4 inches so it doesn't look stupid. But I'm gonna mess with the propane tank. See if I can get that to fit in here. Which involves getting rid of that handle and seeing if it'll fit in there. Looking at it, it doesn't look like it'll fit. But maybe with the handle off it will. So we can get a couple welds. This thing's empty. I'm going to fill it with water just to make sure nothing happens. But this is the worst time of day to be in here because the sun aims right in this garage. If I would have known that, I would have built it facing the house or something. It's terrible in here. All I can do is turn the fan on and pray it cools off a little. And the bugs like to live in here too. Alright. I need my grinder. I gotta cut that thing off. I use my little cutting wheel. That'll work. Alright, let's turn on the power and have some fun. I'm gonna kick this outside and get it out of the way. Okay, having fun. Well, it would fit if I could get it past this stupid thing. So since this shelf is coming out anyway, that's why I got this. So I'm going to nibble that thing out, get all the rivets out, and see if I can slide it in there. And if I can't, well, we tried. Well, even with trimming out the back, which I had to do anyway, this freaking thing is not going to fit in there. So I have another, I think it's a 7. A little smaller. It's an air tank I picked up for $7. I'm going to see if that'll fit in there. I mean, some gas is better than no gas, I guess, right? I'd love to know what the original tank was, but guessing doesn't get me far, right? And I'm going to end up trimming most of this off because I'm not using the gasket around the engine and all that. All that's going to be trimmed out. It's going to be like a support back here, left to right, piece of steel, something nice to go from that one right there and then come across and hold this side up and then it's got to go down and connect to the frame rail down there. One of these frame tubes, a transmission cradle, whatever you want to call it. But I want to blow this dirt off because it's just going to make it all rusty. Get that freaking tank out of there and throw that back in the junkyard. Oh boy. Now this tank would fit, but it's just too small. And I'm noticing that it's like an inner body lip here. But when it comes to this side, it's kind of squared off there. So he had to have made a tank, or there was something he used. I don't know what it was, but I'm going to have to make one. And it's going to be something crazy, like a wire-formed gas tank. Look at the rot in there. It's alright, it's not a main support. It's just a piece of tin that you can't get to. But I don't know what this guy had in there. Maybe a ski-mobile tank or something. But it also has this weird little hole. I don't know if that was where the petcock was or what. So I'm going to measure the whole friggin' thing and see if I can make a tank. Mr. Roberts is back. He went to get a filter for that thing and hopefully a battery, or he's going to bring a battery over. We're going to try and get it running. But I got most of the metal I wanted trimmed out. I'm going to put a piece of angle iron across the back, like I said. Something up front. I don't know how this tied in, but I squared up the bolts for it. And that's going to hold the seat somehow, and it's going to be removable. And it's not easy to do this stuff. But it's fun. Battery can go in here. There'll be some kind of a storage shelf in there when I do like an angle iron frame. All of which is not cheap at all, of course. Nothing's cheap with this thing. I could probably cut that brace out and make something better too. Because there isn't even one on this side, but over here there's this stupid C-channel thing that it's brazed to the back wall. I was like, okay, that's kind of weird way to put that. But I don't see it gaining much. Even if I knock that out, it's not like it's in the way. If I can make a tank that fits in there, it's not in the way. But yeah, one thing after the next. So I got a useless huge propane tank. I could put it right here sideways and make the thing work, but I just feel like the passenger would be too far forward, or I don't know, too close to the engine, too close to the starter, you know what I mean? The starter burned up, I wouldn't want that above it. Not that I've ever seen a starter burn up. Alright, thinking hard and having fun. Well, what happened, instead of messing with two tanks that don't want to seem to fit the body, I decided to take a run to Rich's house, and he had all of the accent bolts I need on the plates. There's enough here to do one side. It's a huge B in there. It's massive. Anyway, these can go in tomorrow, I hope. Gotta clean them up and paint them like the others. I have another tank at Hank's. I'm gonna check in, cut that thing up, see if that'll fit in there, measure it out, whatever. I gotta get some angle iron to make brackets for the back to hold the body up, because the back of this thing is very, very poorly supported. There's literally nothing except for the exterior body mounts here, the shocks, and two on the front, two in the rear, and the two that I added up front, there's a piece of angle iron. I'm adding a couple, but I need something out back. It's just a little too flexible, and if I'm going to put a seat on the body, I don't need it bouncing all over the place. That's probably why it's got stress cracks on it everywhere. But that's it. It's been a hell of a night running around getting things. That's the special Torx 20-point thing that takes off those axle bolts. That's my fan, which probably made you not even hear a word I said. What did it do with the bag? Here it is. So there's my new axle. Newly rebuilt and cleaned and re-greased. Well, not re-greased yet, but soon to be. Come out of the bag. Got some brand new, well, clean ones. I'll probably find mine when I'm not looking, of course. I'm going to dump these out because I only have one hand. At least I know where they are. Got some really nice ones, just lightly rusty. And I have enough for 2 axles. Yeah. But it's been a long night. Tomorrow I'm going to do a lot. Hopefully clean these up, paint them, put the second axle in. Finally. maybe my travels I'll get another tank, or I'm just gonna end up making one. That's all I can do. If I'm gonna get anything above 6 gallons, I'm gonna have to make it. Can't wait to try making the thing for these. I was thinking that these would either work in their brackets on this, this bottom piece over here, or I could use it for something. I like this bent piece right here with the plate. Got a use for that. Just got to figure out what the use is. Get back in the pile. Okay, I am going in. You have a good night.